Hello, today we're going to be taking notes on finding the greatest common factor. This is an extension of what we did yesterday with prime factorization. Remember that a prime number is a number that is only divisible by 1 and itself, and a factor are the numbers that we multiply together to get a product. Our essential question for today is, how can a mind map help find the GCF, or the greatest common factor? We're going to be using a special mind map called a Venn diagram, which is two ovals that we overlap together to show similarities and differences. Our mind map is on this separate sheet of paper that you received. It's at your desk group. Please cut it out around the rectangle, the larger rectangle, and then we're going to fold it in half and keep it to the side because we're going to be using that just shortly. So once again, I took my paper, I cut it out, and then folded it in half. Our notes are going to go today on page 40 of our interactive notebook and page 39 of our interactive notebook. And our standard for today is 6NS4, and it's I can find the GCF, or greatest common factor, of two numbers less than 100. So we're going to compare two numbers. They're going to be less than 100, and we're going to use this mind map model. Our question first that I'd like to start with is, we're going to find the GCF, or greatest common factor, of the numbers 36 and 40. So we're going to compare the numbers 36 and 40. We are going to find the greatest, the biggest, common, meaning the same, factor that both of them share. Alright, so now I'm going to take our mind map that we cut out, and I'm going to take and put it here, and you can either glue it down or you can tape. I'm going to use tape and put a slight piece of tape on the side, on this side, and a slight piece of tape on this side. So now it's in my book, nice and flat. And I'm going to now take my pen, and I'm going to divide this into 3 sections because there's 3 steps that we're going to do. So I took my foldable, I taped it on each side, I opened it up, and I put 3 sections in the book, or on my foldable. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. Now the first step that we're going to do is we're going to practice our prime factorization. We're going to find the prime factors of the two numbers that we're comparing. So just like we did yesterday, we're going to use our factor trees to help us do this. So I'm going to start with the number 36. And I'm going to find the prime factors that we multiply together to get 36. And using that tree method we did yesterday, what are two numbers that can go into 36? Or what are two factors of 36? Noah?
3 and 12.
3 and 12. Great. Hey, Noah, are either of those numbers prime?
3 is a prime number.
3 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it because it's prime. Now we have to keep going with 12. So what are two numbers that we can multiply together, or two factors of 12? Nick?
6 and 2.
6 and 2. Are either of those prime?
Yes, 2.
2. Good. We're going to circle that. So we got to keep going with 6. What are two factors of 6? Abby?
3 and 2.
3 and 2. And are those prime? They are, so we're going to circle those as well. And we're done. We can't go any further with that one. So now we're going to do 40. What are two numbers that we can factor, or two factors that when we multiply them together equal 40? Kaylani?
20 times 2.
20 times 2. Very good. Are either of those prime, Kaylani?
Yes.
Which one? 2. Very good. Okay, what about 20? Can I find two factors that we can use for 20? Two factors for 20? Nick?
10 and 2.
10 and 2. Perfect. Are any of those prime?
Yeah, 2.
2. All right. What about number 10? What are the two factors? Lane?
5 and 2.
5 and 2. Are either of those prime, Lane?
Both are.
Both are. So we finished doing both of our numbers. Now we have step number 2. Step number 2 actually is 2 different steps within it. The first step is A. We are going to list the factors that are the same for both numbers in the center of our Venn diagram. Okay, so to do that, let's look at our factoring that we did, and let's see, in 36 and 40, do we have any factors that we circled that are the same? What do you see, Noah?
2.
2. So here's a 2 here, here's a 2 here. That's 1. Do we have any other ones?
No.
Are you sure? We have this 2 is matching to this 2, but we have other ones, don't we? Abby?
3.
There's no 3 down here.
2.
But there is another 2. It's important that we list both separately. So there's a 2 here that matches up, and there's a 2 here that matches up. So we're going to take those, and we're going to go back to our center of our Venn diagram, and we're going to write, we have a 2, and we have a 2. Those are the ones, the factors that are shared. These are shared factors. All right? Now we're going to go back to our notes, and we're going to go to step B. Part B of that step is then we're going to put the factors that are different on each side. So looking at our Venn diagram, we have over here a 3, and you have a 3. Okay, I'm going to put that over here, 3 and a 3. So these two together make up the factors for 36. Then I'm going to go back to my tree, and on this side I have a 5 and a 2 that didn't match up. That goes over here. And these together make up the factors of 40. So the factors of 36 are 3, 3, 2, and 2. The factors for 40 are 2, 2, 5, and 2. All right? Here we go. Now we're on the third step. The final step is we're going to multiply the numbers in the center, or the center numbers together. Remember, those center numbers are the factors that are shared. So we're multiplying the shared factors together. I'm going to quickly go to our diagram. I'll go back. But at our diagram, remember in the center we had the 2 shared factors of 2 and 2. So those would be the ones that we would multiply together. 2 times 2. What is 2 times 2, class? 4. So 4 is your GCF. So once again, reviewing those steps. You take the two numbers that you're going to compare. You find the prime factorization of both. You factor them out until you have all the prime numbers. You look to see which ones are shared. You put them in the center of the Venn diagram. You take the ones that are different and you put them on each side of the Venn diagram, and you multiply only the ones that are in the center together to find the GCF. All right. So what I want you guys to do now is we're going to go to page 39 and we're going to try doing the first one together. Number 1 on page 39 is you're going to find the factors, or the GCF, the greatest common factor of 36 and 12. What is our first step? What is the first step that we do using the diagram? Nick?
Prime factorization.
Prime factorization. So we're going to do 36 and 12, and we're going to find the factors for both. Go ahead and do that on your own. I hope yours matches mine. So I found 3, 2, 2, and 2. Now I hope that if you decided to use a different 2 starting factors for 36, so for example, if you did 12 and 3, you should have the same factors at the end. It should all end up being the same. If, for example, for 12, you did 2 and 6, you should still end up with the same factors. So now what's our next step? Noah?
You need to list the factors that are similar in the middle.
Correct. So we're going to find the ones that are the same. So I'm going to see this 2 matches with this 2. This 2 matches with this 2. So I have a 2 and a 2. Those are the same. What's next? What's next? Noah?
3 and 3
Where do I put that 3 and 3?
on the left.
On the left. Good, because they are different, right? What goes on the right? Ryder.
3 and 4.
3. 4 actually wouldn't work because we already primed that one out. And we used those ones. But good, we have 3. What is our final step? What is the final thing we do now that we have everything listed in our diagram? Abby?
Multiply them together.
We multiply the center together. So we would have 2 times 2, which is what, class?
4.
So your greatest common factor again is 4. All right, now I want you guys to practice the second one on your own. Now it says, what is the biggest number that divides 48 and 16 evenly? That's just another way of saying the GCF. So once again, you're going to follow the same steps to find the GCF. If you have any questions, be sure to come in and see me. Otherwise, make sure that you pause this video, go back if you need to, and have a wonderful day.